Now, today's top stories and tomorrow's full forecast in the first 5 minutes. Nationally recognized with the Edward R. Murrow Award for Breaking News. You're watching CBS 3 Springfield.
We start with breaking news tonight. In the first 5 minutes, you are looking live at Worthington Street in downtown Springfield. Firefighters, emergency crews, and police trying to figure out what triggered the massive gas explosion that leveled multiple buildings and rocked downtown. With today's top stories and tomorrow's full forecast in the first 5 minutes. Good evening. I'm Chris Stewart. 18 people are in the hospital tonight, including several emergency responders. The last happened around 5:30 on Worthington Street. That downtown area is still closed tonight. We start our team coverage with Samantha Lavian, who's live from where all of this happened.
Chris, I'm standing just steps away from where that explosion happened. Now, if I take a step out of the way here, you can see that this is all that remains of Scores Gentlemen's Club. Now, tonight, though several injuries have been reported, none of them appear to be life-threatening.
Really, this is a miracle on Worthington Street that there was no one killed. And I think it was the prompt action and safety of so many others in the immediate aftermath that prevented this from getting any worse.
This is the aftermath of a natural gas explosion that injured at least 18 people, leveled a nightclub, and damaged dozens more buildings.
So now we've been able to stabilize the area. Investigations will continue to move forward. And as we've done before, we will continue to rebuild the city bigger, better, and stronger.
Just before 4:30 this evening, a call came in about the smell of gas in the Worthington Street area. Scores Gentlemen's Club was evacuated shortly after, and around 5:30, an explosion centered around the club sent shockwaves that could be felt as far away as Hamden and Hadley.
We have already scanned the multiple block area around the impact area, and there have been no measurable readings whatsoever of natural gas to this point, and we've gone several blocks out.
At a press conference earlier this evening, Mayor Sarno reported that 4 Columbia gas workers, 9 Springfield firefighters, 1 water and sewer worker, 2 Springfield officers, and 2 civilians suffered what are believed to be non-life-threatening injuries.
The first responders, you got to give them a lot of credit. We were down here quickly, but I mean, they were on site, ground zero, when this was occurring. They put their lives on the line running into those buildings. And
tonight, a large portion of the entertainment district is blocked off, and city officials are asking residents to stay away.
The perimeter area, again, I'm going to expand it really, Pearl Street, Chestnut, Worthington Street, Harrison. Stay away from this whole area. Let the specialists do the work that they have to do.
And Columbia Gas officials want to warn residents that they will be inspecting the area over the next several days, and that will include drilling to make sure that all of gas lines are secure. Live from Pearl Street, I'm Samantha Lavian, CBS 3 Springfield.
All right, Samantha, thank you. Well, this blast was felt across the city and beyond. It sent dozens of people running. Charisse LeClaire is live tonight with the moments during and after the explosion.
Chris, when we arrived here on scene just seconds after that explosion, it was chaos. There was glass blown out all over the sidewalks from these storefront businesses. People were evacuating their apartments. Now, CBS 3 was with Mayor Dominic Sarno when he got the call about this explosion. What was that? The massive explosion only a few blocks away from where the mayor was attending a tree lighting rocked the whole area. Immediately, the mayor knew it was the result of a gas leak at Scores Gentlemen's Club. CBS 3 followed him as he arrived on the scene. From the first steps, it was clear the massive blast had impacted more than a dozen surrounding buildings.
Boom! All the glasses went outside like a huge explosion.
He owns Punta Cana along Chestnut Street, and he was inside as the explosion rocked this whole area, spreading shards of glass along the sidewalk and streets.
It was crazy. I'm just shaking.
Other onlookers stood helplessly at the caution tape, worried about friends and family inside the impacted zone.
I know some friends of mine that are working near around the area, and I happened to hear the explosion all the way over in Oak Grove by Bay Street, and I came down to see how everybody was.
This group of friends is visiting from out of town. They were just steps away when the explosion happened.
And it felt like it was an impact, and it felt like the building was the roof was just going to cave in on us, and we shook.
This black hole is where Scores stood not an hour before this shot was taken. This man was one of the first to arrive after the explosion.
Asked people what happened. They didn't know. I went down the street. They said that the building Scores had blown up and that it was completely gone, and that about 55 people were in the building at the time.
Now more than a dozen surrounding buildings are significantly damaged. Police say they have a looting prevention squad on the streets to protect these now damaged businesses, but this explosion will impact the area for weeks to come.
Oh my God. Look at my business now. Our business. Wow.
Now you are taking a closer look at some of this devastation here, and Mayor Sarno says he's not sure exactly how many residents were displaced from this, but they do say that any resident that was affected by this explosion can go to the shelter at Central High School here in Springfield. That's the very latest live downtown. I'm Charisse LeClaire, CBS 3 Springfield.
Now, tomorrow's full forecast in the first 5 minutes.
And good evening, meteorologist Nick Morganelli with you. It's been a mild day today and a mild evening, but things are changing right now. A cold front has just pushed through. Let's look what's happening right now in our pinpoint weather radar and clouds. We'll put it into motion here for you. We can see a band of showers and sprinkles that has moved through. And right in this position, we do have a cold front that is moving through the Pioneer Valley right now, right along that line of showers. And you can see off to the west some pink mixing in, so we will get some flurries and snow showers by tomorrow morning and throughout the day tomorrow, especially in the morning. We could see some snow showers in the Berkshires. Here's what's going on right now. Temperatures are still in the mid to upper 40s. It's 48 in Amherst, 47 in downtown Springfield, but it is becoming breezy out of the northwest. So those wind gusts are already between 20 and 30 miles per hour. They'll continue to do that tomorrow. And we're looking at some flurries late night tonight out in the Berkshires and some of the hill towns. The valley will stay dry. Temperatures dropping to near freezing from Greenfield, Northampton, and westward, but Springfield and Westfield about 34 degrees or so. So 35 at 7 a.m., sunshine and clouds tomorrow. Very windy and blustery day. At noontime, that 40-degree temperature is just about the high temperature for the day. It starts dropping during the afternoon, and wind chills are in the 20s by the time we get to tomorrow late afternoon. We'll talk more about how long this cold spell will last, and we'll look at a potential for snow next week coming up.
All right, Nick, thank you. We will have more on the gas explosion in just a little bit, but first turning to some of the other news of the day. A Springfield man may face charges after allegedly leaving his girlfriend's toddler in the car while he went Black Friday shopping. Police tell CBS 3 the man went into the Kmart Plaza on Liberty Street to buy a 51-inch TV. Police broke into the car just before 1:30 this afternoon to rescue the 2-year-old. The boy went to the hospital as a precaution. Police tracked the man down at his Springfield home. He told police that he lost the boy while shopping and panicked and called someone else for a ride. The boy's mom was working. And Black Friday deals made it a busy day in Springfield for retailers in Western Mass. CBS 3 Springfield, Samantha Lavian with a look at the crowds from the Holyoke Mall.
From the early morning hours all through the day and night, the Holyoke Mall, like many other shopping centers, has been packed with people eager to take advantage of Black Friday sales.
I do it every year. I love it.
Many shoppers spent their Thanksgiving night in lines like this one, waiting for retailers to open their doors.
I got the 32-inch Dynex, a nice TV, good deal.
Joshua Lewis waited 8 hours outside of Best Buy to score that doorbuster deal.
My first flat screen in my life, so I'm all over.
How excited are you?
Really excited.
And from seasoned Black Friday shoppers.
Got my book here with, just the list, checking it off, checking it twice, and hopefully get what we're looking for.
To first-timers.
I think it's awesome. I think it was definitely worth coming out.
It was certainly a busy day for retailers. The National Retail Federation is estimating that up to 147 million shoppers will visit stores and shop online throughout the Black Friday weekend. That number is around 70 million less than last year.
I got some stuff for my sister, some DVDs. Nothing too big this year, Budget times, laid off from work.
And if you're still looking to shop, more deals are on the way on Cyber Monday. From Holyoke, I'm Samantha Lavian, CBS 3 Springfield.
During one of the biggest shopping days of the year, employees of one major retail company walked out in protest this morning in Ware. Members of the union-backed group Our Walmart gathered outside the Walmart in Ware as part of a nationwide protest. The employees are asking Walmart to end what they're calling retaliation against employees speaking out for better pay.
The only thing that we would like to see is us treated a little better. You know, we can continue to help these customers out, which helps the company. But first, the company has to help us.
And Walmart did release a statement. They say the majority of the protesters are not their employees, and despite protests, they say this Black Friday was their best yet. Well, big malls shine today on Black Friday. Small businesses are hoping to shine tomorrow. Tomorrow's Small Business Saturday started as a Facebook movement 2 years ago trying to boost sales at local area stores. Thousands of small businesses around the country will have special sales and events. And like every holiday that seems to be starting early this year, Cyber Monday is no exception. Post-Thanksgiving online discounts are everywhere you look, it seems. Retailers like Amazon and Ann Taylor unveiled pre-Black Friday deals even before Thanksgiving. Apple posted its one-day online shopping discounts today. Cyber Monday's original appeal actually was the first weekday after Thanksgiving because people had quick internet speeds at work, but now, of course, people have speedy internet connections at home and can shop from their phones and tablets as well. And the day after Thanksgiving, of course, it is a traditional big day to shop, but in the city of Springfield, big balloons going down Main Street, that's a big tradition as well. CBS 3 Springfield's April Baker reports.
It's not every day that you see Fred Flintstone floating down Main Street. That's because today marked the Spirit of Springfield's annual parade of big balloons. Thousands of people of all ages lined Main Street this morning as the parade made its way from Lyman to Locust Street. For many parade goers, this event is a fun way for families to spend the day after Thanksgiving.
With all the Black Friday stuff and craziness going on, it's something to just do as a family.
Time with family is only one of the many things that drew people to the parade. One family drove to Springfield from Albany, New York for...
It was mainly balloons. There's a pretty good article in the paper, and it showed a bunch of the different balloons, the Dr. Seuss balloons.
And Dr. Seuss's iconic character, Cat in the Hat, was one of 7 balloons featured in today's parade. Fred Flintstone, Apollo, and Santa were other familiar faces. But new to the lineup this year was Ray the Lion, as well as the American flag and snowflake ornaments. Not only are these balloons bigger than life, but big balloons were also on the list of many kids' parade favorites.
So the thing that I like the most is seeing all the different balloons. I'm looking for lots of balloons.
In between big balloons, a series of bands, buzzing cars, dance troupes, and more made their way through the city, bringing lots of holiday cheer and excitement. And all of the holiday cheer culminated with a visit from Santa Claus.
And what about Santa do you like the most?
He's fat, just like my grandpa.
The holiday celebration continued at Tower Square. Hundreds lined up to see the Festival of Trees, watch a Christmas puppet show, and take pictures with some of their cartoon favorites.
You know, it's positive. It's something that to start out the Christmas season with.
April Baker, CBS 3 Springfield.
The Boys and Girls Club started showing off this year's Festival of Trees today. The festival is at Tower Square right in downtown Springfield. There are dozens of trees. They're decorated to the nines, each with its own flair. All the trees are going to be raffled off. The money does go to the Boys and Girls Club. The festival goes until December 9th. Well, while many Black Friday shoppers were looking for the best prices at the malls today, animal lovers instead opted for Black Friday deals on cats in Springfield. Therese LeClaire reports.
Black Friday is considered the biggest shopping day of the year, but dozens of people waited in this line not for a TV or clothing.
He's such a cutie.
But for Dakin Humane Society's $5 felines.
The line is out the door, around the parking lot, and all the way out to Dale Street, which is really incredible.
Pet lovers had lined up outside the shelter on Union Street because today, cats 6 months and older get to go to a loving home for just $5. Dakin is filled with adult cats looking for stable homes, and shelter operators say that from the looks of the interest today, these furry friends will probably be snuggled up in a nice warm bed tonight.
It's so heartwarming as well to know that pretty much every cat that we have here today is going to be going home.
People looking to adopt were excited to welcome additions into their families.
We have a kitten that needs a friend, and for $5, I figured that was a good price to find her a friend.
And the cats, they were equally as excited to be mingling with pet lovers and to be finally going home.
These cats are going to be going into loving homes for the holiday season, which is a really wonderful thing, too.
Charisse LeClaire reporting. Dakin employees say that all of today's adoptions made room for them to take in 20 more cats that were displaced by Superstorm Sandy. One local dog is getting help after being left in a dumpster. Sherlock, the German Shepherd, was found in a West Springfield dumpster. He was severely ill. Now community members are raising money to pay for his medical expenses, and organizers say it's the least they can do for a dog that has been through so much.
I knew I had to do something to help him and to get the story out so people know, and Sherlock will know that, not all people are cruel.
And if you are interested in helping out, there's going to be a fundraiser held on December 1st at Dave's Soda and Pet Food City in Agawam.
Egypt's president got high praise from the U.S. for negotiating a Mideast ceasefire, but now faces political backlash in his own country. I'm Tara Mergener in Washington. Coming up, I'll tell you why.
Now we're going from mid to upper 50s today to the upper 30s for the weekend. Yeah, 20-degree temperature drop. We'll show you how long this cold snap will last coming up in the 7-day forecast.
All right, we continue to follow our breaking news tonight on the massive gas explosion in downtown Springfield. More than a dozen people are in the hospital tonight. One local official saying that it looks like a missile explosion in that area. Let's check in again with our Charisse LeClaire live on Worthington Street.
Well, Chris, the streets are becoming a little bit less chaotic around here, but the work is really just beginning. Now, since 5:20, when that explosion happened, emergency personnel have been working around the clock to make sure that residents are staying safe, that they're staying safe, getting this whole area evacuated, making sure that everybody stays out of this pretty wide perimeter down here in the entertainment district. Now, right now, any residents that are displaced do have the option of going to a shelter at Central High School. The Red Cross is also on scene here at the Worthington Street Fire Headquarters. They will be taking care of people here with food and water and drinks. And really the work is just beginning. As I said, tomorrow crews will begin to come through here, go through what the damage really is to surrounding buildings. We know that around a dozen buildings are pretty badly damaged here. Now we will have the very latest coming up for you in just a few minutes, but that's the latest live down here from the entertainment district. I'm Charisse LeClaire, CBS 3 Springfield.
Now, CBS 3 Springfield Pinpoint Weather.
And good evening. We have one cold front of two that is moving through the area right now with a few sprinkles and light rain showers. Those are going to be moving east during the course of the overnight hours. And behind it, colder air, and those rain showers will become flurries and snow showers. A blustery weekend, wind chills in the teens and 20s. It's 20s tomorrow for the wind chill, tomorrow evening and tomorrow night in the teens. And then on Sunday, we'll be back in the 20s for wind chills. So certainly, definitely a cold weekend from what we've had. Light snow coming in Tuesday night, lasting into Wednesday. At this point, it looks like just a light accumulation, if any, so we'll keep you posted on that one. The storm taking a more southern track than what we've been talking about the last couple of days, and it's a weaker storm, too. But we'll keep abreast of that situation for you. Look at the high temperatures, 58 in Springfield today, 56 in Greenfield, all across southern New England in the 50s. Those are gone, and I don't think we're going to see them for a while. Look at the temperature trend here. We're down in the 30s for Sunday. We do climb a little bit on Monday, mid-40s, but then we drop back into the 30s Tuesday into Wednesday with that system coming in with some light snow. So you can see off to the north and west, the lake effect snow machine is on as this cold air pours across the still warm lake waters of the Great Lakes. So lots of lake effect snows here will be piling up. Lots over there. For us, though, we've got two cold fronts moving through, so this cold blast of air moving in, and it's setting us up for the system coming in middle of the week. 32 tonight, frosty and calm, stars and moonlight out there. And as we look at the futurecast tomorrow morning, we'll have some flurries and snow showers, especially the hill towns west of the Pioneer Valley and also the Berkshires. We could accumulate up Mount Greylock and Jiminy Peak and some of the ski areas here in the northern and central Berkshires could get an inch, maybe even an inch and a half of snow in these snow showers because of the upslope wind there, pushing the clouds up and creating some of that snow. Here's Saturday evening, things quiet down, and then we clear it out by Sunday morning, more in the way of a sunshine mixed with some clouds on Sunday. Here's your day planner, 35 at 8 a.m., 40 will just about do it for the high temperature tomorrow. Temperatures drop during the afternoon, and it's 32 by 6 o'clock, and they continue to go into the 20s tomorrow night for the lows, 24 by Sunday morning, 38 for the high. So a very cold day on Sunday. Monday, sunshine, 44, and then here comes that system with some snow showers for Tuesday night into Wednesday, and it stays cold after that. Temperatures in the mid to upper 30s to near 40, so November, early December is upon us, and that's the kind of weather we can expect, so we're right on target.
All right, Nick, thank you. Turning overseas tonight, the fragile ceasefire in the Middle East is holding for a second day despite some tense moments on the Israel-Gaza border this morning, and protests have erupted in Egypt, where citizens are angry with the leader who helped broker the deal. Tara Mergener with the latest tonight from Washington.
Palestinians marched through the streets to bury a man shot Friday, chanting "God is great" and "Death to Israel." He died when Israeli troops opened fire on the Gaza border. The Israeli military says about 300 Palestinians tried to breach the security fence at different points. So far, the incident hasn't compromised the two-day-old ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. It was a calmer scene on Gaza's border with Egypt, where two crossings are open again. They closed last week when the fighting broke out. Now Palestinians can once again travel to Egypt. Egyptian President Mohamed Morsi earned high praise from the U.S. for leading ceasefire negotiations. But now he's facing a backlash from his own people for trying to expand his power. The Egyptian president's spokesperson announced on television that President Morsi and his parliament would be exempt from any legal challenges until a new constitution is written. Egyptians took to the streets in protest. Police fired tear gas near Cairo's Tahrir Square, the heart of the 2011 uprising that toppled Hosni Mubarak. Now, thousands of demonstrators are calling for Morsi to step down. Tara Mergener for CBS News, Washington.
New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has ended the gas rationing put in place after Superstorm Sandy. Since November 9th, license plates with odd numbers could only buy gas on odd-numbered days. Even-numbered plates buying gas only on even-numbered days. The aim was to reduce long lines at gas pumps following the storm and stabilizing demand while the supply chain got backed up. As it got back up to speed. The mayor says more than 85% of gas stations are now operating and that there is no need for the rationing. And one of the most stunning images to come from Superstorm Sandy was that of a seaside roller coaster thrown into the ocean off New Jersey. There it is. That dramatic sight in Seaside Heights could actually be there to stay. The city's mayor says he thinks it might be a good idea to leave the roller coaster in the ocean as a tourist attraction. The mayor says he's been talking to several agencies to find out if that would be possible. Demolition crews have already removed the damaged parts of the town's boardwalk. Reconstruction will start in January. The BlackBerry smartphone may be the device of choice for many businesses, but some government agencies say it just won't do. The National Transportation Safety Board is the latest federal agency to ditch the BlackBerry for Apple's iPhone. It says BlackBerries fail at an unacceptable rate and at inopportune times. Research in Motion, that's the company that makes the BlackBerry. They had a 3-day global disruption last year. RIM hasn't commented specifically to the NTSB, but has said it is, quote, committed to the mobility needs of government agencies around the world.
I'm Charisse LeClaire, live downtown. Coming up, we'll tell you how residents in the area are coping with the aftermath tonight, plus what this explosion means for the entertainment district this weekend.
And we are still following our breaking news tonight on the gas explosion downtown. Tomorrow will be the first day of what will be several days of cleanup in that part of downtown on Worthington Street. At this time, we still don't know what triggered the explosion. Charisse LeClaire is live.
Well, Chris, as we've mentioned, when that explosion happened, it did shatter much of the glass throughout this area, not only along storefronts, but also in people's apartment buildings, in their homes. Now, if you take a look right here, this is what a lot of people will be doing tonight. That is boarding up windows, making sure that they, A, stay stay warm tonight, and B, that there are no looters coming through here, no robbers trying to take advantage of this disaster. Now, Springfield police have also told us that they do have a loot squad on the lookout tonight and throughout this weekend to make sure that nobody is breaking into these storefronts, as they are basically, almost some of them, wide open still from that blast. Now, we also know that around 18 people were injured in that explosion. That includes around 9 firefighters, 2 police officers, 2 civilians. Now, none of them have any life-threatening injuries. That is the good news. And tomorrow we are going to be learning a lot more about this explosion. The state fire marshal did tell us that they will have the arson and bomb squad on scene here tomorrow, really extensively investigating this area, looking for the cause, the origin, and why this all happened. Now, they say that this area has certainly never had a history of gas leaks going on, so they will be really looking into why this happened tonight. And as for what this means for the entertainment district this weekend, this whole area right now is completely under investigation. This will remain closed as they continue to just look through this entire area. They want to make sure that all of these structures are safe for people to be around. They may need to even keep demolishing some of these buildings to make sure that everyone around here is safe. That's the very latest live downtown. I'm Charisse LeClaire, CBS 3, Springfield.
We'll be back.